Hello there. It's been a week since my last video on the next generation consoles coming down. There hasn't been too much that has been revealed. I know PlayStation did their teardown about a week and a half ago, and that was really interesting. They did do their UI reveal, which is kind of cool. It has some cards and some functionality built into it. I think it's really cool that they tell you the progression of the trophy system, which is really nice. Xbox has that, so although it's really game dependent on how they utilize it. So that's pretty cool. I think it looks exactly like the PlayStation 4 UI. I don't think they really changed it too much, to tell you the truth. But hey, if it's not broke, then just go ahead, just modify whatever's needed for the upgrade to the next gen system, and you're good to go, PlayStation. So should be pretty sweet. It's kind of weird. The card system though is kind of cluttered, if that's like my one negative about the whole thing. So I would try to probably clean that up. They also have like a snapping system in the UI, which is like, that's pretty cool. I'm sure the hardware nowadays could take it, because the Xbox One originally had that when you wanted to view like your game and like say I think it's like a television broadcast, or say like you're running some sort of Spotify radio. Well, Spotify wasn't there at the time, but something similar. It had that functionality. But like the Xbox One wasn't powerful enough to like have multiple things running, because it was really stuttering all the time. It took up a lot of space on the hard drive, and it definitely ate into the quality a little bit into the quality of the graphics. So they nixed that whole thing and just started from scratch. PlayStation 5 is taking those concepts to another level, because they have the hardware and raw capacity to do it. If a lot of people utilize it, I guess it's, if they could use it in a clever way, like say like Twitch users could probably utilize something like that. But I don't think the normal like casual gamer like utilizes any of that stuff, but we'll see. I don't know. So other than that, info has been light. They have been updating launch games. So for the let's see here. So for everything on my spreadsheet's pretty much been the same. The only thing that's been changing rapidly is the launch games section and the launch window games section. So Polygon updated the launch games for the Xbox to include a few more titles. PlayStation 5 hasn't changed since the last time I saw it. But the Xbox side, so they've added, let's see here, Cuisine Royale, Enlisted, Evergate, King Oddball, Ori, Will of the Wisps, Sea of Thieves, Planet Coaster, War Thunder, The Tourist, Warhammer Crossbane, WRC 9, Yes Your Grace, Grounded, and Bright Memory 1.0. Bright Memory was upgraded. It used to be just a launch window game, but now I think they're going to be hitting release. So it'll be interesting to see when that drops. I don't think it'll be that big of a difference from the PC release. A lot of these games that were added to this list also are through smart delivery, which is kind of cool. Like, a lot of these already exist on the Game Pass service or Xbox's platform or PC platform, so they just said like, screw it, smart delivery, let's just deliver it straight to the Xbox One. So this list has grown considerably, which is nice. I'm not sure if the quality of the games are as good as what we're seeing on the PlayStation 5, but more is better than nothing. So it's nice to have Ori, which is cool. I think they're going to also have the upgraded version of Ori, because I know when I downloaded it for my Series X, or for my Xbox One X, it had problems in the beginning. They were able to patch it out, but I believe they're changing a few things in this version for the Series X, where the animation updates a lot faster, it's a lot smoother. There's a fascinating documentary on how they're able to port it onto the Switch, using the layer system that the graphics obtain in the game engine. So I can't wait to see how it looks like on the Series X, because it's a phenomenal game. It's like it's close to the top of my game of the year for 2020, and that's a big list of games that hit on 2020. So it says a lot about the title. So yeah, I'm like, that's the only one really though that I'm really excited about. Like the other ones are like, yeah, those are pretty much like standard Game Pass kind of type titles, and your everyday kind of like MMO stuff. So you know, we'll see. So the Xbox section is definitely more. The number has grown a lot. See, so the list is definitely bigger than the PlayStation 5's. But PlayStation 5, I mean, it has just like Spider-Man Miles Morales and Demon's Souls. Like, enough said. Like, that will sell, those two games will sell systems. And everything else, like, I'm sure Assassin's Creed, I heard good things about Assassin's Creed, the new one, as well as the Watch Dogs sequel. So those look pretty good. But, like, the headliner, the reason why you buy a next-gen system is for Miles Morales and for Demon's Souls. I can't say the same thing about the Xbox Series X right now or Series S right now, but they'll be coming. So hopefully we get to see what all these developers that Microsoft has bought, what they've been able to release. Hopefully they'll release some information or some gameplay. Actually, Scorn, gameplay for Scorn was released this morning. Looked really creepy as hell. But it looks super slow. So it might be just, the reason why it might be a little slow and boring is because it might be actually a first person view of like a Dark Souls kind of title. Because the way you reload animations and everything's very intricate, but it takes a lot of time. So I think they have to balance out the time of reload animations and switching of the weapon, that weird weapon. It's like a bio weapon. To even that out with the gameplay. So I'm not too sure how that plays, but it looks gross and I love it. But the gameplay is still like, I'm like, I have no idea what the hell you're doing. It looks, the labyrinth level that they played inside of was like weird. So yeah, we'll see how that one works out. Yeah, everything else here has pretty much stayed the same. No big updates for what's coming down, because I mean all this stuff is pretty much set already. And since PlayStation 5, or since Sony released that PlayStation 5 teardown video, we pretty much know, you can't really switch out a lot of these things. Like if it's being built right now, you have to build millions of it to create stock for the next 6 months. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Very quick update. I know this is probably running long already. So yeah, just wanted to update this little spreadsheet, and I hope that you've been able to find your pre-order copy of the system. I know Best Buy just opened up a bunch of pre-orders for the Xbox One X and the Series X, and I think their All Access program was going on online. They have like an upgraded system of a digital like reserve your spot in line. So I hope that's working well, because honestly, that's what they should have had in place in the future or in the past. I mean, anyway. So yeah, I was hopefully you're able to reserve your copy, and then yeah, hopefully it gets charged to your account on time and they deliver it on time, because I don't know for sure if that like PlayStation 5 orders will come in on time. Sony has been very tight-lipped about their launch, and it's kind of concerning to me, because normally like there's like a media blast and there's like all this stuff happening. But I'm guessing because of COVID and everything that their plans have been impacted and they're not getting the launch they quite like media-wise they think they're going to be able to put together. But like their games are coming around, so that no they're going to knock it out of the park, trust me. PlayStation 5 is probably going to outsell the Xbox Series X like 2-1. I want to say 2-1 this holiday season. And probably the Nintendo Switch would probably still keep up, as long as they have some sort of like bundle deal or something like that. The Nintendo Switch, don't underestimate that thing. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, please comment below in the video. If you have any insight, or you just want to talk about like the interesting business nature of the next generation consoles, also let me know. It'd be nice to talk to anyone that views these videos. There's not that many of you right now, but I hope to grow this channel a little bit more. Yeah, if you're interested, and you're still having a hard time deciding between all these consoles, like leave a comment below. Maybe I could help you out decide, because like really what it comes down to is what kind of gamer you are. If you're all about hardware and system specs, Xbox Series X might be something for you. The Microsoft Studio kind of titles are more like comfort titles, like stuff you go home to, like Halo. Like I always return back to Halo all the time, even though I play like Valorant or Overwatch or like Apex Legends. Like I get tired of that stuff, and like it's so frantic and so like out there thinking that it's nice to return back to Halo and just like I know what I'm getting. I know exactly how to play this game and all the little minutia of the game that I've mastered it over like decades, literally. If you're into like, how do you say it, like game of the moment type games, PlayStation 5 might be your way to go, because a lot of their games are it's like going to a movie theater to see like the next Avengers movie, or like go to a concert that everyone's been talking about, because like PlayStation 5 has those kinds of titles. If you're that type of gamer, that's the type of system that you would want. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Share this if you're interested in sharing with your friends to talk more about it. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good holiday season with all your next gen systems. All right, later, peace.